Hello everyone and welcome to another video. It's your girl, Scarlet, your favorite dragon brood mother. I'm finally here today to read one of the Throne of Arrows cards. I'm gonna be starting off with the one that created such a buzz while I was away. But first, before we start, I'd like to apologize for the lack of uploads. After my trip, I got a little sick. For those of you who were there during the live stream, yeah, I ended up getting really sick after that. I don't know, man. I just have really bad stamina, I guess. I'm still recovering as of late, so if I sound weird, I apologize. Sitting around doing nothing and then just rotting in bed just didn't feel great, and I also really wanted to read the cards, so here I am. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Okay, alright, so I will be playing this card in Chinese, simplified Chinese. I'll try to save my thoughts for after the card. I just want to experience the card as is first. Anyway, let's get into it. The synopsis, wow, 2 sentences, actually 1. What if a heart were just a little bigger than the entire universe? Oh my. Okay, alright. Let's see, keep going. Okay, so I got the hair bug done and everything. I should be all set. I'm ready for this. I'm so ready for this. Oh. Or not? What? Okay. Oh. Okay, alright, 1 second. So this is the Federation, that's Caleb's side, and then the Empire is MC's side. They're having a war right now? What? One of my Imperial Guards takes down the last soldier standing outside the... okay. The Imperial Guard captain gives me... She's there? What? And I slowly raise it. I aim at the mechanical lock located in the center of the blast doors. Let's go, MC! I've always talked about how I've wanted a theme where MC is like some sort of tyrant and then the love interests are there to like take her down or something, but I don't know, will this be it? Is this my dream banner? I don't know. The bridge's blast doors spring open, releasing a cloud of frosty white vapor.
陛下，联邦士兵已被尽数控制，这艘星舰属于您了。
Of course it belongs to me.
我们提前封锁了信号，联邦统帅最快也要3天后才能得知消息。
we'll see about that.
帝国后续舰队将于1周内抵达，护送您安全返回木星。
I survey the area, walk past the broken Federation insignia on the ground, and give a slight nod. The Federation dared to touch my belongings. This starship will serve as their reparation. 2 weeks ago, I received word that the Empress's Roar, an Imperial transport ship, had been seized by the Federation while passing through Starport number 7. I see. The Empire and the Federation were always at odds with each other due to various conflicts. Although battles large and small are commonplace, to blatantly overstep their jurisdiction within a starport in a neutral space zone was unmistakably a provocation. Okay. So in certain areas, they're okay to fight, but in a neutral zone, they're supposed to be, I guess, safe, right? I get that. Okay. Not to mention, the Empress's Roar was carrying gifts from various overlords for my coronation. Okay. Have the guards inventory the warehouse. Record everything that's missing or damaged. Isn't the High Marshal still recovering from his injuries? I'll send him a letter of concern in 3 days. OMC! Imagining the expression on his face when he receives it makes me smile. Yo, she's so evil! I'm so here for this. Include a reparation invoice as well.
谨遵您的意志。
So what, like, you have to pay me this much? That kind of thing? Here's a bill. After the guards leave, I walk into the depths of the starship's cabin. My fingers trail over an exquisite, ornate double-edged dagger on the table. This doesn't seem to be amongst my presents. The footsteps behind me resound... Of course! Of course! The footsteps behind me resound almost simultaneously with the hum of a laser firearm charging to its maximum output. Blah, laser, gosh. I spin and raise my hand. The trigger is set to maximum power. But the man I'm aiming at only raises an eyebrow. Oh, the power he holds. Oh shit, I missed that. He tosses it to the attendant beside him as if discarding a boring toy. Okay, so he took her weapon and then discarded it. Okay. Hot. Behind him, dozens of Federation soldiers in pure black uniforms have sealed off all exits in the corridor. They bow their heads to him in sequence.
女王陛下真是一点都没变。
Oh, wow.
属于自己的东西，别人随便看两眼就要发飙，还专程跑来这么偏远的星系。
Oh god, okay. The way he's talking to her right now. Okay. Okay. No wonder the starship's defenses were weak. I anticipated the Federation would have a backup plan, but I didn't expect Caleb to appear in person. The Imperial Guards still need time to form a counterattack. I need to stall him for now. The same can be said about the High Marshal, no? I heard you sustained minor injuries, but it looks as though you're all right.
你难得离开帝国主星，我当然要亲自接待才放心。
These two, oh my god. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I need to blow my nose. This might happen a lot, so if there are awkward cuts, please forgive me. Caleb smiles as he raises his finger, and the Federation soldier's weapons simultaneously turn to me.
我亲爱的妹妹。
Okay. Okay. I get it. 2 weeks ago.
贵族们已经在觐见厅等候了。您的女王号被拦截这件事，不知是谁有意扩散了消息。
I have a feeling, just based on how these things are going, that it's probably some people on Caleb's side trying to take down MC as the Empress because they want Caleb to, you know, get the throne. And Caleb, who is trying to play both sides, like appease his people and keep MC safe, is probably like letting them do what they want, but then also leaking information to MC side, knowing that she can take care of it. That kind of thing. I have a feeling. Just knowing how this card is, or just knowing how Love and Deepspace is, I would actually like it much more if they were at odds, you know, like 100% at odds. That to me would be more interesting, but I don't know. Someone leaked the intel. I have a feeling we know who.
现在他们个个群情激愤，都说必须向联邦讨个说法呢。
The Empire and the Federation have been at war for centuries. We don't need an excuse. And the nobles don't want an explanation. They want to see the new ruler's position and capabilities. Exactly. Yeah. MC also can't exactly be like bending backwards for Caleb. She also needs to settle her own power. A ray of sunlight falls on the flowers in the vase. I set down the stems in my hand and gesture for the maid to clean up the scattered leaves. Oof, MC! I like this look on her. They should pay the price for daring to target what's mine. I pause and recall the interstellar news report from a few days ago about the attack on the High Marshal in the capital. I'm afraid Caleb's life and the Federation isn't always as glorious and carefree as I thought it was. He most likely doesn't have the energy to manage starport-related affairs at the moment. This is the perfect opportunity for me to take the initiative. I sit up and take the robe the maid offers me. Oh god, what? The Nebulasia apples at starport number 7 are in full bloom, yes? I plan to visit them myself. Is it like the Asiatic flower blooms? Unfortunately, having a plan is one matter, but the changes brought about by Caleb's appearance are another story. More than 10 dots from the laser sight appear around. Okay, she's getting pointed at by lasers. Got it. I face them head on and take 2 steps. Oof, MC. Let's go. Killing me is easy, but did you think about how you'll handle the aftermath? Although I'm the Empire's Empress, there are plenty of potential heirs to choose from once I die. I shrug, lower my weapon, and smile. My successor might not be interested in playing these childhood games with you.
只是和女王陛下开个玩笑。
What? Okay. Caleb waves his hand, and the guns behind him are immediately lowered. These, okay. The palace intrigue. This, I wanted this. This is good. This is good.
新港出现武器走私活动痕迹，联邦协助洛恩星系调查，是为了星际和平。
Okay.
假如真的发生武装行动，将会直接威胁到星际航运的稳定性。
Let's set aside the matter of peace. If the Lorne Galaxy sought help from the Federation, that would be a reasonable justification. As the shipping hub at the center of our known cosmos, its stability affects the interests of many galaxies.
各星主献给你的那些小礼物，说不定就会在某次运输意外里全部毁坏。就算是拥有整个帝国的女王陛下，也会有点肉痛的，对不对？
Okay, so he's doing this to protect her assets? Is that it? Since you know this, you shouldn't have interfered with my private transport spacecraft. You know very well I won't let this slide. Or are you saying you went through all this trouble just to lure me here for sightseeing? Oh! What? MC! What's going on? Caleb approaches me and picks up the double-edged dagger, but he makes no move to slide it back into the sheath at his side.
加冕礼过后，我们不是很久没见了吗？我有些想你了。
Okay. Okay. When he says that last word, his lips are almost pressed against my ear. Only I can hear a familiar hint of playfulness. Oh gosh, get a room, you two! My finger curls around the loaded laser firearm as I lower my gaze. Caleb is the person closest to me, but at this moment, he and the Federation are the Empire's greatest enemy. If I want to secure my position as Empress, I will inevitably, cross swords with him. Excuse me? Excuse me? What? Eh? Okay, drop the weapon and feign sympathy. Feign sympathy? Feign sympathy? MC is more power hungry than I thought she was. What? This is both sad and very intriguing. Obviously, I'm not gonna kill Caleb. I mean, even if I press this, he's probably gonna, like, turn the story around and then, like, take the gun away from her, I guess, but let's try feign sympathy. I draw my weapon and link arms with Caleb. My smile slowly widens. Regardless of what the future holds, this game-like power struggle has only just begun. I plan to savor it for a long time. Yo, what? MC is diabolical. I love it. Whoa. I missed you too. Before I came here, I heard Nebulasia apples bloom beautifully. Would you like to accompany me to see them? He puts his arm around me while sheathing his dagger.
正好，我知道一个合适的观景点。
Oh. Inside an observation room, the metal hatch slowly closes behind us. We're the only ones here. Caleb recommended we head to the top of the starport's highest tower. From the window, one can see the Nebulasia apples in their entirety.
女王的这身装束很适合你。
Okay. Weren't you threatening me with firearms earlier? You changed your tune awfully quick.
生气了？
I feel weird. I feel weird. I don't know. Am I reading into this wrong? The way... Look, okay, 1 second. Do we get the... No, the choices don't show up. The choices that appear are usually MC's, her intentions. One, she tries to kill him, and it doesn't look like she was pretending to either. Or maybe she was? I didn't pick it, so I wouldn't know. The other one was to feign sympathy. That's the thing. That word really hits me. Feign sympathy. She is pretending to miss him back? And then now it seems like they have some sort of history, because it's like now that they're by themselves, they're acting more intimate, I guess. Oh, this is juicy. This is juicy. I love this. But also, I don't know, maybe I'm reading wrong into MC's intentions. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. He removes his sidearm, grips my hand, and places it over the weapon's handle. 2 different temperatures simultaneously envelop my palm.
或者你也可以握住它，接着来吓唬我。
You think I won't shoot?
你不会。
Really? It kind of looked like I would, though. I don't know. I think I read that second choice wrong. His fingers glide across my wrist and trail down my arm to reach my back. The rough texture makes my breath hitch for a moment. Okay, yeah, I might be, because he is affecting her.
毕竟从小就和你玩这种兄妹游戏的哥哥，你也只能找到我一个。
Oh shit! Wait, wait.
我猜你和我一样，都还不想太快结束。
Okay, wait. Oh, he affectionately kisses my cheek. Really?
毕竟从小就和你玩这种兄妹游戏的哥哥，你也只能找到我一个。
I'm the only one who has played these kinds of games with you since childhood, all right? But in Chinese, he actually says, he said the word 𝙭𝙬𝙬𝙧, like this brotherly, sisterly games with you, or basically playing family. I have a feeling this line shows that they did grow up together, and it's possible, since MC said that there are a lot of heirs, other possible heirs, that I don't think it is a direct like lineage. It sounds probably like they're from different families, and being heirs meaning they all have rights to the throne. It's possible they grew up with a lot of other possible heirs, but the only ones that got along together is MC and Caleb, which is why he says the only 𝙮𝙗, the only big brother, meaning she probably had a lot of other quote-unquote big brothers growing up with her, and that he was the only one that would play family with her. That's what this whole line means, but it kind of got lost in this whole English line. So they do have history. They do have history of growing up together, probably in a familial setup, but this line itself is giving me idea, along with the whole heirs, right? She mentioned something about other heirs. Although I'm the Empire's Empress, there are plenty of potential heirs to choose from once I die. This is weird to me. So what is the succession like? What is the tradition? It doesn't seem like a regular like family passed by bloodline kind of tradition. Or maybe I just need to read the story more. I don't know. Okay. All right. Anyway, that's interesting. Interesting. It depends on what we can give each other during this time. But damn, I'm pretty sure she means that. I hug Caleb back. My breaths caress his neck. The Nebulasia apple flowers at the starport are beautiful. I like them.
那你有空可以常来，我陪你看多久都没问题。
I narrow my eyes and pretend to accidentally step on his foot. What? You've forgotten that what I like must belong to me. But as long as you let go, in time, I can let bygones be bygones. Maybe the relationship between the Federation and the Empire could be mended through us. However, it was never good to begin with. Caleb shows no signs of loosening his grip. Instead, he picks up a strand of my hair and twirls it around his finger.
你什么性格我还不了解，这次没占到上风，心里正不高兴着吧？
Okay.
我想想，帝国的另一支舰队应该已经在赶来的路上了。如果我现在带人撤离新港，恐怕面对的不是你的旧好，而是前后包夹。
My thoughts have been exposed, so I cut to the chase. On behalf of the Empire, I can promise to not act against you on the condition that you leave immediately. No words leave his mouth. Then he flicks the accessory on my cloak, which is embedded with the crystallis he gave me. Ha! Okay. I'm I'm a little confused to their relationship. MC looks and sounds really cold-hearted, but she wears something that he gave her from a long time ago? Okay. The crystal is only formed in the cold ring zones that are created when two nearby stars collapse simultaneously. Despite being on the market, it's always been priceless. One day, Caleb somehow got word from somewhere and piloted a long-haul vessel alone through a cold ring zone to find a crystal. I remember his smile when he brought it back. He said his job is to always bring me everything I want. But what if we want the same thing?
你的舰队赶来还要多久？1周？我的人只需要2天。
Oh shit.
想到达联邦所在的纳泽星系，7号星港是最近的港口，我们势在必得。必要时，宁愿毁掉也不会让它被帝国控制。你来这一趟，肯定不是想要这样的结果。
He's correct. I'm here with the intention of displaying an alliance with the Empire's nobles to confront a common enemy. It's so I could win over some of the loyalty I need for my reign. Starting a war isn't difficult, but winning without fighting is. I also don't want my subjects to remember me as a warmonger empress, especially since I've just ascended the throne. Contemplating the current situation, I pull away from his embrace. Yo, MC is so cold-blooded. Let's compromise then. The Imperial fleet and the Federation's garrison both retreat. Everyone will be able to coexist peacefully.
妹妹，你好像误会了，我不是在和你谈判。
Okay. Okay. Oh, am I stuck? It won't let me go. Hello? Maybe if I use my... Uh-oh.
新港总督已经正式递交退任书，而洛恩星系接受了联邦推荐的新任人选。就在我们刚刚赏花的时候。
Oh, damn it! Oh, shit! Wait, what? Huh? Caleb leans in, his voice softly brushing past my ear.
谁说只有你在拖延时间？
Okay. Caleb, you've truly become a convenient blade for the Federation. Ooh, blade, right. A blade for the Federation, okay. That's not a good sign, Caleb. Huh? Did he just... a dull pain spreads... Wait, what? A dull pain spreads from the side of my neck. I reach out to push him away, but he catches my wrist first.
你是说这样的吗？
You... How dare you? I struggle and Caleb's arms tighten around me.
洛恩星系乱流频发，还是等你的舰队抵达后，再护送你返回母星。最近几天，就安心和哥哥叙旧吧。
Yeah. Oh, his kiss descent. What kind of kiss? What are we talking about here? Amidst the entanglement... Oh, wow! Okay! Amidst the entanglement of lips and teeth, I bite his lower lip. I only feel satisfied when the metallic taste of blood fills my mouth. What on earth? What is going on here? I'm so confused. Since he took what he wanted, this is the lightest price he'll have to pay. Are you sure he's paying a price here, MC? I feel like all you're doing is giving. I need
这是女王陛下最喜欢的披肩，快松口。
Okay, wait. I need to stop. Wait 1 second.
花瓶，保护女王陛下的花瓶，去把其他房间里的软垫都搬过来。
Okay, what's going on? Poor maids. Shortly after the fleet escorted me back to my home planet, which is in the Empire, Caleb's apology gift arrived. Currently, they're brazenly digging up the ground in my greenhouse garden while making incomprehensible strange noises. He gave her a pet to say sorry. What?
他嚼的好像是最后一株幸运海棠。
陛下， 这条波塔犬性格顽劣，联邦统帅送他来，根本就是不怀好意。
啊，OK，
不如送去让犬务总管调教，至少先教他些规矩。
Oh wait, I don't like the sound of that. That's unnecessary. I look at the chaotic state of the garden they're in, and I raise my hand to stop the secretary from saying more. They're a mischievous pup who can't possibly tear down my palace. On my way back to the Empire, I came up with the rough beginnings of a plan for my retaliation. I just need an opportunity. The Interstellar Starfaring Summit is about to be held in the Empire. Caleb has to arrive as a representative of the Federation. It's a summit, right? So that means all the highballers will gather and talk, right? His starship will encounter a small problem, which means he won't be able to arrive on time. He'll have no choice but to ask me for help. So MC sabotaging him again? I'll have them guard my... What? My bedchamber? Who's them? Oh, the puppies. Is there more than one? When their former master apologizes to me, they can help me deliver a message. Okay. How these two flirt about is confusing and scary to me. In Cosmic Year 129, people dissatisfied with the Cosmic Empire left the Allure Galaxy. They announced they would establish their own nation in the Nazir Galaxy. Yeah, okay, we know this. Thus, the Glory Federation was born. The Federation opened its doors to all of the Empire's opponents. Within several decades, it rapidly grew into the Empire's most powerful adversary. In Cosmic Year 150, the Empire formally declared war on the Federation. And so, for hundreds of years, the flames of conflict never ceased. Both sides claimed victories and defeats. But the two great galaxies always maintained a delicate balance. Neither could completely shake the other's foundation. In Cosmic Year 6, oh god, that's many years ago, a young man who grew up in the Imperial Court voluntarily switched sides and went to the Federation to study. That's Caleb. Huh. I thought he was forced. Interesting. Why? At the time, no one knew that this young man who rose to the position of High Marshal in just 5 years would change the entire cosmos. Excerpt from The Star's Brief History. A book from the Fractal Library, no doubt. 2 months later. But before changing the cosmos, there was another important matter awaiting this young man's attention. His unexpected absence from last evening's summit, which has been held in the Empire, is the result of what? Bidding on the Lorne Galaxy's long-haul vessels. Okay, so Caleb won one battle, and then MC won the next one, because he couldn't attend the summit in the end. Alright, okay. Hey?
由于个人原因，我将遗憾缺席本次的远航峰会。我在此向参会各方及本次会议组织者、环宙帝国的女王陛下诚挚致歉。
Okay. Several ministers are already visibly delighted before the holographic report on Astral News ends.
果然如陛下预料，联邦不可能承认是他们的飞船出现技术故障。谁想得到，只是换掉一个小零件，就能让他们引以为傲的领航系统失灵呢？
洛恩星系的代表想让帝国和联邦为他们兜售的新型远航舰竞价，好从中得利。
Okay. But how does betting on the long-haul vessels give them a profit? Is it just like more trade route, something like that?
这下联邦缺席，我们预计能多省下1亿宇宙币。
Damn. Okay, that's a lot of credits.
陛下英明。
Why, thank you. In a good mood, I tapped the armrest of my throne while accepting the minister's flattery. Let's secure Lorne's long-haul vessel production line for the next 3 years before the Federation realizes what's happening. Caleb will get a taste of returning empty-handed this time. After everyone leaves, I reopen the news report from earlier and wave my hand to rewind it by several seconds. Then I take a screenshot. This obedient, apologetic expression is a rare sight. I'll send it to Caleb later so he can see it for himself. Okay. As I leave the audience hall, the overcast sky doesn't affect my good mood in the slightest. In the corridor, 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗, whose name was found inscribed on the inside of their collar, is enthusiastically chewing on their beloved toy. Oh, it's the puppy. They happily bound over to my feet once they see me approach. What is this puppy? Ah, it's too fast! You're well behaved. I'll give you an extra treat later. Their short tail is wagging even fast. Oh, this is the puppy in the Empress's chambers. You know how they have like a pet bed? That's who it is. 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗. Got it. Okay. As raindrops suddenly fall, I scoop up 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗 and head to the nearest greenhouse for shelter. The greenhouse has long since been renovated. Plants extend outward with their leaves to release the season's distinctive fragrance. Subconsciously, I make my way around to a flower wall. Sure enough, I spot that familiar white bench. I'm sorry, guys. Reading is difficult. It looks exactly the same as before. Back then, Caleb and I would often whisper here. Oh, flashbacks, maybe? Ah, indeed. This outfit, though. Flowers bloom abundantly in the greenhouse. We avoided the maids by hiding in the blossom shade. Must you go to that weird academy?
是恒耀联邦星际指挥学院，全宇宙最好的军事学校。录取邮件你不是早就看过吗？还特意帮我标注划分去了不感兴趣那一栏。
Damn, MC, wow. I pretend not to notice the teasing in his tone and pluck a wilted flower from the corner. The Federation despises Imperial citizens. They might never let you graduate.
放心，我以一颗中立星球继承人的身份过去，不会有人故意为难我。
Oh. So they don't know who he really is. Interesting. Ah, okay. But if you go to the Federation, you'll have to start over.
从头开始坐上统帅的位置，听着不也挺有意思的？
Of course, only he would say that. But if you become the High Marshal, you won't just be my Caleb anymore. I furrow my brow, and he pokes the space between my worry lines.
别可是了，难道你不相信哥哥吗？等以后你做女王，我做统帅，也许我们会改变帝国和联邦的现状呢。
This sounds like the two had ambition to create peace. So why is MC so power hungry? What happened? Who knows if that will be the case? When you leave, I won't be able to talk to anyone.
怎么会呢？你是未来的女王，会有很多人想方设法来讨你欢心。
He bends down to pick a Nebulasia apple from the flower bed and pins it to my collar.
就像这花一样，无论再稀有，只要你多看上两眼，它就会永远开在你的花园里。
I know, but they can be tiresome sometimes. They're nothing compared to you.
获得权力的同时，总是要忍受一些小小的不便。不过在我面前，永远可以做任性的妹妹。再过1个月我就要走了，除了礼物单上列的那些，有什么想要的？
Anything? Oh, what's up with the music? Anything? Is she gonna be a little like... Is she gonna say something crazy? Is she gonna be like a playful one?
什么都可以。
Oof, this music though. Summer flowers and fruits have ripened, their rich fragrance mingling with an intense desire. Before you... What? Whoa! What? Music? Hello? What happened? You were supposed to be playful a while ago. What's going on? Okay. What? Okay. Whew, I can't believe I'm saying this. Before you leave. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Before you leave. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. Before you leave. Please satisfy me, okay? What on... I tilt my head up and kiss his lips for the first time. Back then, I had no idea what I wanted to taste. Are you sure? You sounded pretty determined. Are we oh, okay. Did they do it here under the tree? Is this what this is what I'm getting? I'm sorry. Did they do the hanky panky, the devil's tango, the boom shakalaka under the tree? Is that what happened? Where what? Okay, my scattered thoughts return to the present. I look at the petals I unconsciously plucked and brush them aside. Perhaps Caleb and I had already taken different paths to build our own lives since the beginning. I believe that even though we might have instances of nostalgia, neither of us would question the choices we made. Which honestly is a very interesting trait in characters. I just don't know when we'll see each other again.
陛下，联邦统帅到了。
Well, what do you know? I just had a very embarrassing flashback. Can he just like give me some space? Okay. Exactly, MC. Oh god, alright. No one tell Caleb what we were just reminiscing on. Oh god, he looks so good though. Somehow, Caleb has arrived in the Empire before the Interstellar Starfaring Summit ended. The fact that he left the other galaxy representatives behind to see me makes it difficult to determine his real purpose, however.
这个银盘，当初送你时不是嫌装饰太素了吗？竟然还用着。
I forgot to throw it away.
那里面摆着的艾波果，一定也是忘记叫人换成更应季的水果了。
They're just fruits. If you like them, you can take some back. The High Marshal still insisted on visiting the Empire, even though the Interstellar Starfaring Summit is about to end. Are you planning to apologize to me in person?
不是女王陛下先请我喝下午茶吗？我们边喝边聊。
I did? When? Subconsciously? What's going on? The Empire and the Federation aren't on friendly terms. Yes, we know that. But since Caleb is visiting during the summit, I still need to fulfill my duties as a hostess. Okay. Seeing him fold his teacup with a leisurely attitude, I feel as though he's returned to his own garden. I should have made him wait longer in the audience hall. The chairs there are the most uncomfortable. Why is she so petty? Okay, alright. I'm sensing some resentment here, MC, okay? Something must have happened that when he went to study, she must have, I don't know. Did she start hating him? The attendants led 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗 away. I'm sorry, am I saying his name right? 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗. Maybe? Maybe I'll say 𝙬𝙗𝙬, it's cuter. The attendants led 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗 away, but I don't overlook the way their tails wag with particular enthusiasm. Ah, you raised them. They still remember you after so long.
但我看你差不多是把我忘了，还是帝国的通讯信号太差，2个月都传不来一条你的消息。
Oh, damn. Okay. Alright, I see what Caleb did there. He's basically saying, yet I raised you, and you forgot me already. I have my own matters to deal with. Caleb nods non-committally, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry. Sets down his teacup and rests one hand against the side of his face.
女王陛下自然是日理万机，所以这段时间主要是在忙着对付我。
Yes, obviously. Before I can counter, he continues speaking, but he's not making any accusations.
这次的计划不错，动手的人也很谨慎，连我都差一点没抓住把柄。
Dandy? That means you have found evidence?
不过，你要是做得再绝一些，我可能就会是第一个因为领航系统失灵，迷路死在磁场乱流里的统帅了。
So what, he's saying that MC is soft-hearted because it's him, is it? I pick up a pastry and feign the perfect amount of surprise. I can imagine it. Oh, I thought you said you were absent due to personal reasons. Sorry. Using such an excuse at the last minute to implicate the Empire would be too obvious. People from other galaxies wouldn't believe it.
所以，你果然守在投影前等着我露脸了。虽然过来路上多耗了些时间，好在他还等得起。
Oh no, it's the switching of music again. What's going on? It tricked me before! Like a magician, he produces a bouquet of flowers. I'm stunned, aren't we all? You took the time to prepare this?
本来也迟到了，不如晚点再露面，更合你心意。
That's not what I wanted. The familiar floral fragrance drifts past us. Despite our current circumstances, it stirs distant memories and softens my heart.
以前还在帝国时，我们好像也经常因为各种各样的事闹别扭。你年纪小又被我惯着，有时候就算是你不占理，好吧，你总有道理。你不会道歉，我也不是总有时间哄你高兴。但两个人明明又离不开对方。
Okay.
于是那个时候，我们有一个约定。
Whenever one of us wanted to make up to the other, we'd place a flower by that person's pillow. Oh. The person who receives the flower must forgive the other before it wilts. Kind of reminds me of their little coupon that they made in the main story.
我来是想知道，这个约定，现在是不是还作数？
Ah, damn.
以及，我们如今代表的联邦和帝国，是否仍有合作的可能？
Oh, here we go. Okay. Alright, this sucks. But this is so good. Yo, this is amazing. I love this card so much. Okay. Although I'm surprised, I only raise my eyebrow and signal for him to continue.
联邦和帝国之间，的确有过关系生死存亡的对抗。但几百年过去，这场角力早已变成一种毫无必要的习惯。小到冲突，大到战争，每一次都在消耗并非无限的资源，喂养着另一批人。
No, he's not wrong. It's not as if I haven't considered the matters he speaks of. The tension between the Empire and the Federation stems from more people maneuvering beneath the surface. They create a turbulent undercurrent that never stops. But if going with the flow takes the least effort, why should I position myself as a reef? Since there will always be those who profit from conflict, any attempt for a collaboration would face significant resistance. I don't necessarily have to oppose you, but I also don't want to invite trouble. Ooh, MC, no, don't be like that.
任由战争爆发，你这个女王就会当得更轻松吗？别忘了，在你之前的王就是败在我手下，最后成为帝国的弃子。
Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Wait, what? He defeated the previous emperor? Okay, interesting. Is it just me? Why are they talking as if the emperor means nothing to either of them? So if this is like a typical, like, royal lineage, wouldn't the emperor be their father? But it doesn't sound like they have any love for the emperor, or as if they acknowledge him at all. This is very weird. It's not clear. Okay, Caleb continues speaking in a measured, persuasive manner, but I detect a hint of something suspicious. You're confident you can defeat me. Why are you actively proposing cooperation?
帝国有很多继承人，我却只有你这么一个妹妹，为什么不偏心你？
Okay. Yeah, this line can go many ways, man. It's actually vague as fuck. Sweet home Alabama. But that's the thing, yo. Okay, the writers are fucking smart, yo. They are so smart. Basically, it can go either way, however you want it. Okay, I gotta hand it to the writers. Interesting. I think it's because they make the whole royal lineage so unknown. That's why it's really hard for me to say that they're related, but at the same time, I don't know. But then what does the empire has many heirs mean? That's the thing. That's the main line. What do you mean it has many heirs? Where are they? Where did they come from? What are you talking about? Is it like a whole concubine issue? I don't know. I don't know. But I gotta say, from the way things are going, Caleb does not fucking care. And neither does MC. Neither does MC. I don't believe you. That being said, I'm also aware of how Caleb's proposal is worth considering. He finishes his last sip of tea and shows no urgency as he waits for my response.
说来，我们很久没一起旅行了。
Oh God, I
不如
hate
去
this.
看看我这次迷路的第2个发现。我相信你会感兴趣。
I can't. No, if I were MC, I'd be so fucking stressed out. No, I would unsubscribe to this entire ordeal. I'll be like, the throne? Who needs it? Jesus. The mental warfare, you know, that these two are going through is too much. Me as a reader, I'm exhausted already. Damn, I cannot. No. This is too much, man. The long-haul vessel cuts through the edge of the cosmos and traverses star clusters and multiple warp points before arriving at the outermost edge of the Lorne galaxy. MC! This is the thing. If MC is so willingly following him, doesn't that mean she knows subconsciously he would never hurt her? And yet she's scared that he would be a blade held by the Federation to go against her. What is this logic? This is the thing that I don't understand. Why does she think that way? It's so weird. Interstellar dust gradually increases during the latter half of the journey. Caleb steers with precision to avoid countless obstacles.
还好过来路上练了手，不然可不敢带你这么飞。
I think it gave you the perfect opportunity to show off your piloting skills in front of your subordinates.
也对，难怪有人说，妹妹是哥哥的小棉袄。
Okay. Okay.
果然贴心。
During our conversation, the vessel gradually slows down.
到了。
All around us are dust clouds that obscure our vision and churning nebular storms. I look at Caleb. He stares up the observation display, his wrist moving as he slowly adjusts the altitude. Huh.
这次迷路，我意外发现了星图上没有标注的跃迁点。我给它起名维拉提奥，隐藏之地。
We're already close to the edge of the Lorne galaxy. If we go any further... I stop, realizing why Caleb brought me here. Lorne is connected to Allure and Nazir. It serves as a buffer zone between the Empire and the Federation and is the central hub of the known cosmos. Okay, so like, basically this is the neutral zone. But beyond that exists countless unknown places that have never been explored.
就和你想的一样，这个跃迁点，也许通往一个未知星系。它能带来的价值，远胜过任何一场战争。共同的利益，可以化解一切仇恨，联邦与帝国之间也是如此。
This is very interesting. But it could also lead to destruction, or nothing at all. Why is MC so pessimistic? What's going on?
所以决定权在你，这只是我展现合作的诚意。
Above the firmament, that unfamiliar warp point flickers faintly. It's barely perceptible in the distance. Does anyone else know?
你是第二个。
You trust me that much? I look at Caleb, but I can't figure out what he's thinking. If I were to make a move against you, I could monopolize this discovery. No one else knows we came here. We'd be turned into cosmic dust.
妹妹，真正想杀死对方的人，不会像你这样，看着他的眼睛说话。
That's what I was thinking. God, wait, I'm sorry. The way he said that, though.
妹妹，真正想杀死对方的人，不会像你这样，看着他的眼睛说话。
Okay. Is she contemplating now? I need to think about this. Caleb lowers his head. Shadows fall across his brow as the air between us grows thick with tension.
可以，但以目前的星际局势，恐怕不会留给我们太多时间。
Wait, what does that mean?
无论想做什么，都得快一点。
Oh, oof, what is that? His kiss falls with a fierce intensity. I close my eyes and allow myself to... Outside the porthole, a nebular storm surges violently once more, its eerie purple light flowing across the glass. The shadow of our entwined figures is cast. There are many reasons that bind us together, but when they're weighed on a scale, our mutual interests outweigh everything else. I know Caleb doesn't trust me as much as he lets on. Then again, neither do I. Morning light pierces through layering clouds and casts light gray shadows around the massive long-hull vessels. They're arranged in a formation at the center of the square. Faintly trembling from the engine's heat, massive hulls are painted with the emblems of the Empire and the Federation. Around the square, nobles advance slowly within layers of guards, while commoners gather like a tide in the outermost ring. At the highest point of the ceremonial spacecraft, I stand shoulder to shoulder with Caleb. We overlook this performance of peace.
帝国与联邦将组成一支联合舰队，启动首次维拉提奥跃迁试行计划。
Oh. So they agreed. Now this is their... Okay.
群星将在此见证，这一计划将通往合作的坦途，为宇宙带来更长久的安宁。
So MC agreed. I gaze at the nobles below, whose expressions are filled with the most doubt. Then I look at Caleb, who's beside me. After returning from that trip, I formally considered his suggestion. He proposed that we could use Starport number 7 as a springboard to conduct a stable warp drill consisting of a joint escort. It would allow us to test whether Valicio is stable while rooting out a few troublemakers who are working behind the scenes.
女王陛下，夏统帅，请来完成仪式。
So they also want to pluck out the people that would be against this, right?
不一起吗？
Well, yes. The way he said that, though. This is the first time in 5 years that I've held his hand in daylight. His warmth travels through our fingers. It's so comforting that it leaves me in a daze. Meanwhile, the scepter I hold remains cold as always. Ooh, MC, weighing the options now, are we? Feel like she's realizing something. 2 weeks later? Okay. According to what Caleb and I agreed upon, he will lead the first phase of the Valicio warp trial. He'll establish an observation center at Starport number 7 and use the brand new warp point to dispatch fleets and batches. Yet before the first fleet could even depart, the Empire's agents planted at the starport reported bad news.
没想到联邦动作这么快，进驻7号新港不过几天，就找借口封锁了出入口。我们的人和远航舰还被扣在港里，通讯也被切断，差点把我们都瞒过去。
联邦的人不值得信任，本来就不该和他们谈什么合作。这次搭进去的可是10架最新的远航舰。
I'm somewhat prepared for the obstacles this plan would encounter. But everything happens so fast that it's catching people off guard. I rub my brow and question whether Caleb would make such a short-sighted decision. Perhaps I'm unwilling to admit that my desire to believe in him is greater than I previously thought. But everything in the cosmos is constantly changing. The Empire can still afford to pay this price. However, the Federation didn't just offend the Empire. The 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙧 galaxy won't tolerate their repeated provocations. Rapidly calculating the current situation in my mind, the highest priority is to withdraw before public opinion turns against us. Fortunately, I have a backup plan. Stick to the original plan. I will announce that I'm recovering from an illness to temporarily avoid the spotlight. Of course. As for the joint fleet, it's time to let the 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙧 galaxy know that deployment details around 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗. The Federation broke the agreement first, so they can't blame us for muddying these waters. Okay. So now they're trying to make the 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙧 galaxy against the Federation. With the resolve to distance myself from this mess, I consistently claim I'm ill and remain in seclusion for the next 2 weeks. This is so much like historical drama. Each day, apart from taking walks in the garden and walking my 𝙬𝙗𝙗, the puppy, I spend my time in my bedchamber or study. This could truly be called leisurely. Until tonight, that is. As usual, I walk to my bedchamber with the secretary before parting ways. Then I feel something is amiss. The maid seems to be somewhat nervous.
女王陛下，
Did something happen while I wasn't here?
和平时一样，公爵早些时候来了一趟，带着他那位据说非常仰慕您的外甥。照陛下的吩咐，我们只说您最近需要休息，不方便接见。
During my recuperation, nobles have already been stirring relentlessly behind the scenes. There's also no shortage of those wanting to seize an opportunity to curry favor. 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗 is still lying outside the door. They normally bark when they catch a stranger's scent, but today they seem unusually well behaved. I'm overthinking it. I give a slight nod, and the maids immediately understand. They open the doors to my bedchamber for me. Before the doors are fully open, I catch sight of familiar outfit. Caleb? Of course you're here. I quickly walk into my bedchamber and dismiss all of the maids. Caleb approaches and leans down to remove my cloak. His fingers... What's going on?
脸色这么差，你是真的病了？
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm eating well, drinking well, and sleeping well. The stress you've caused hasn't given me an actual ailment yet. And you? Are you so pleased with the chunk you bit off from the Empire that you made a special trip here to thank me?
我确实是为了解决这件事来的。
His overly calm demeanor only makes me more irritated. I turn to avoid his touch. Does the truth behind 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗 matter to us anymore? The last possibility for cooperation has vanished. Our next meeting will be on the battlefield. Ooh, why, MC? Why? You haven't even heard him out yet.
所以，你的确不信任我。
It's hard to. I mean, even as a reader, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Why would I? Didn't you already receive the price I paid for that trust? 10 long-haul spacecraft. It was very expensive, my dear brother. So weird to say that.
别这么跟我说话。
Oh shit. Please don't judge me. Caleb, I'm the Empress of the Cosmic Empire. You're the one who can't address me so casually. I
这
love
件
this.
事我会跟你交代，要不要相信，你还是可以自己决定。
Thank you. I'll be more cautious next time, especially when matters involving you are involved. People are like this sometimes. They know their words are rational, yet they're unable to stop themselves from saying them. Okay. MC is just really heated up. She's just saying nonsense now. Got it. I thought tonight would end on a sour note, but Caleb stays silent for a moment before looking outside.
我是你哥哥，别总把我想得太坏。
At some point, it started raining again. The pitter-patter creates a delicate rhythm against the window frame. There are no other sounds. I turn away, avoiding his gaze that shines with a new emotion. Forget it. I'm not in the mood to play this game with you.
不和我玩，别的男人就行。
Wait, what? What? Huh? I look toward the sound and see a rug at the foot of the bed. It's rolled up and the vague outline of a person wrapped. What is going on?
安分点儿。从女王寝殿的窗户掉下去，可不是什么体面的退场方式。
The rug thrashes more violently. Caleb narrows his eyes and he kicks it. Okay, the room falls silent once more. Wait, this music. I know what this music means. That was harsh. Okay.
舍不得。
He grips my chin and forces me to meet his gaze. Oh god. Oh dear. Wait a minute. This is moving too fast. We don't even talk. Why are you concerned about nothing? I'll send him back later.
他可是费了很大功夫，才把自己送上女王的床吧？不看一眼就退货吗？
What are you implying? What? What the okay.
脸倒是还行，不过身材……
There's no need for that. Plenty of people like him compete to get closer to me, and there are others with superior physiques. What? Oh. You can judge me all you want, but I love this so much. A low chuckle brushes past my ear as he suddenly grips my wrist. I crash into his chest. Yes, the chest of a much more superior physique.
看来这段养病的时间里，妹妹过得很滋润。现在，是不是该轮到我了？
You... The sarcasm that doesn't escape is crushed between lips and teeth. His kiss descends like a sudden downpour. Oh, wow. Wait! Isn't the guy still in the room? My body surrenders before my will can resist. For some reason, we seem to crave each other more than usual tonight. It's raining again, and maybe, just maybe, we're both tired. This weather's perfect for holding someone close. Or perhaps we finally see the unbridgeable rift that lies between us, yet we're unwilling to accept it. Ooh, poetic, let's go! Before everything completely falls apart, we still want to desperately hold on to something. Oh god.
这次叫的真情实感多了。
Oh, okay. I glare at him only to earn a more intense response as he presses... He presses himself against me. It's an attempt to overwhelm me with an irresistible force. Neither of us wants to surrender. I forcibly push him, and he has to wrap his arms around me as we tumble toward the bed. God damn! Why isn't this the Kindle? Huh? Infold? Why isn't this the Kindle? This could very well be the best Kindle to have ever kindled in the history of Kindles. Why not this scene? Oh, I'm mourning. I'm grieving for what could have been. Okay. Shit. Wait, I think I'm overheating. 1 second. I'm overheating. I press my knee against his tense... what? I press my knee against his tense abdomen and look down as I restrain him beneath the folds of my... Oh god. Oh lord. Okay. He holds my waist as he kisses... trail down from... my shit! Oh god! The warm, wet sensation settles on my abdomen and sends thrilling shivers through me. What the hell? We've embraced each other like this countless times before, where our bodies are intimately entwined. And yet our hearts beat on opposite sides of an unreachable chasm. Oh, this... Oh god, the yearning. The despair. This is so good.
妹妹，我知道你当初为什么要让我陪你做这种事。你习惯了拥有一切，所以更加不肯接受。我偏偏不是你能随便掌握、据为己有的东西。
But aren't you still in my hands at this very moment? I release my grip on Caleb's hand and let my fingers trail downward from his Adam's apple. Oh gosh, MC. The privilege you have right now. My moments carry a hint of the teasing he excels at. A certain thought that has always lingered is about to surface. It's the simplest method, and it could solve all our problems. I don't like where this is going. If I were to capture you and immediately imprison you, without you as their High Marshal, the Federation won't be a threat to the Empire for a very long time.
倒也是个办法，但一个被剥去联邦统帅身份的下一周，对你来说又是什么？
Sweet home Alabama. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens. We'll return to the days before you left, to those great depths of our greenhouse's garden. I won't kiss you anymore, and you can continue being my big brother. You'll be by my side forever. Ooh, okay.
哥哥，你知道我不会满足于这样的身份。
Oh yes, this is what I wanted. Yes. Bring it in. Yes, insatiable Caleb. He tightens his grip and pulls me back, his hand firmly holding my nape as he playfully nibbles my... Oh god, what am I reading? Jesus Christ.
一个时刻怀着僭越之心的哥哥，甚至曾是帝国的继承人之一。
Oof, oof.
誉王陛下，真的放心把我留在身边吗？
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 1 second. Hold on. 3 bowls of rice. With 3 bowls of rice? It's a reminder. My Caleb isn't a bird that can be caged in a greenhouse's garden. He's someone I can never control. I was talking to myself. This is still the easiest method. My fingers dangerously wrap themselves around his neck and shake it.
想把我的头变成你的收藏品？也许任由局势发展下去，你真的会有这个机会。
Oh, he's aware.
到时，别让我死在别人手里。这也是我对你的承诺。
All right. In his eyes, I see myself wearing the same complex smile that's on his face. Long ago, our hunger for power tore holes in our chests and filled them with cold, ruthless hearts. Oh. Caleb and I are prisoners of our heart's lack of mercy. We're merely puppets who are controlled and deceived by them. But perhaps we can still do one thing, one tiny act of resistance. Let's leave future matters to the future. At this moment, I want to feel the warmth you leave in my... Okay. Okay. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't finish that sentence. You guys can read. You have eyes. You do. You go ahead. I take his hand and guide it. Sorry. 1 second. Okay. Okay. As long as we have it to prevent us from being too cold, that's enough. Okay. When we embrace, he seemingly wants to embed himself into my very being. He wants to return to that point in primordial chaos where we had yet to be separated. Ah, interesting. Okay. Our passion isn't born from understanding and trusting each other. Our refusal to be consumed by that horrible emptiness gave rise to it. Intense pleasure and faint melancholy mingle and merge. They wash over us in waves from where we're connected. If this is what love is, then we're in love. Oof, this is so twisted. Delicious.
你是我的
Oh
妹
damn.
妹，
Oh
我
damn.
们本就属于彼此。整个宇宙加在一起，也不能和你此刻的吻相提并论。
You saw nothing. My tongue catches something salty and bitter. Are these my tears? Turns out even tears of joy are still astringent. But doesn't matter. I've already kissed him. Oof! Oh god, wow, okay. Okay. The Federation has betrayed us and taken control of multiple starports in the Louran Galaxy. What? Okay, alright, I see. We know their next target is the Empire. As your Empress, I have the responsibility to allow the Council of Elders to pass the Imperial Emergency Act. This is not a declaration of war, it's to ensure we won't be caught off guard when the crisis truly arrives. On the holographic screen, today's speech, in which I announce my recovery and return, plays repeatedly. I gaze at the figure speaking eloquently in the video, yet my thoughts turn to a person who's at the other end of the galaxy. After we parted ways that day, Caleb cleaned up the aftermath at Starport number 7 by himself. I don't know what he did, but even the Louran Galaxy was pacified. The Empire's spacecrafts were returned. Caleb packaged this crisis as my victory, and it even earned me a considerable amount of admiration from the nobles. This is his explanation to me, and perhaps the reason I might be able to trust him again. However, we know a cosmos that's about to be ignited cannot be doused by droplets of water. The communication device rings, interrupting my thoughts.
最近过得怎么样？
Not too bad, but not great either. You?
跟你一样。上次看阿土把你的宝贝花园翻坏了，土扬了一地。我送了批新鲜的星云海棠去，过2天就到。
I hope they can survive a little longer under 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗's teeth this time. 𝙬𝙗𝙗𝙗. Speaking of which, they managed to chew an entire lace trim into my bedchamber's curtain. Do you want to see the photos?
好，但也别太惯着它。
I don't do that. When they're not being mischievous, they're actually adorable. We chat about everyday matters and make jokes as usual. We avoid mentioning the war. It's possible we have nothing left to say to each other once the situation has escalated to this point. Two days after the umpteenth border scuffle between the Empire and the Federation, the Nebulasia apples that Caleb sent bloom. Heading 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗, I sit on a bench in the greenhouse garden. This is a rare moment of peace. Suddenly, hurried footsteps resound outside the garden. I turn and see the
陛下，紧急情况！7号新港中转区发生爆炸，联邦宣称设施新建带有帝国的特许通行标识。
The sound of rushing water echoes in my ears again, and I see myself drifting downstream toward the only direction available to me once more.
贵族们正在等待您的决断。
Let's go. I pat 𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗's fluffy head and stand up to leave. Clutching a flower, they roll around on the grass, their tail wags as cheerfully as always. Or is MC just too paranoid? Like, it could also be that the people, like they said, it's the people in the background that make it difficult. The war has begun. What? Okay, the war has begun. It happens more easily than expected and is developing rapidly. The situation where two sides are evenly matched changes drastically after the Lorn Galaxy's first batch of long-haul vessels joins the Empire. Okay. In a few months, the Federation's decline has become apparent. I haven't seen Caleb, and I no longer hear the ringtone that accompanies his calls. See, is he doing this on purpose? But occasionally I will hear his name in military reports.
陛下，刚刚收到线报，联邦内阁正在向下一州施压，要求他主动卸任。但下一州态度强硬，直接派人连夜警告了为首的几位阁员。
哦，
前2天，他带着一支亲信舰队离开联邦首都，目前还下落不明。不过，也可能是联邦的人故意放出烟雾弹，想让我们放松警惕。
Let's buy the headlines on the front page. All galaxies will spread this rumor. Either Caleb comes forward to deny it, or he lets it become reality. I believe the scales are tipping in my favor, but the sense of achievement accompanying it isn't as great as I expected. Something from the past never died. Even now, it continues to gnaw at me. The void in my heart has become exceptionally vast. It's an emptiness that couldn't be filled even if I possessed the entire cosmos. Oops. MC realizing something again? After ending another deployment meeting, I return alone to my bedchamber and fall into deep sleep. In my dream, an indigo wasteland stretches across cosmic dust. Something older than memory summons me. I raise my head and see the moonlight outlining a familiar figure.
你今晚看着似乎格外疲惫，怎么了？
You have the gall to ask? I walk over to sit beside Caleb and lean against his shoulder like when we were children. Fortunately, this is a dream. I wouldn't be able to lean on you otherwise.
你想依靠我的时候，我总会护住你的。
I shake my head. You once told me that power is a blade. We must hold it in our own hands. And when you grip the hilt of a blade, you can't dream of embracing another person.
而刀的使用方式很简单，永远用尖的那头刺向敌人。但现在，你的敌人是我。
You say awful words even in my dream. I hear Caleb laugh as if he doesn't care. Then he wraps his arm around my shoulders to pull me into an intimate proximity.
战争已经开始了，妹妹。其实这不是我们原本想要的。
You don't want it either because I'll win this time.
你心里真正缺少的东西，仅仅一场胜利就能填补吗？
I don't know. The throne, victory, peace, a greater cosmos, and you. I want everything.
几个月不见，贪心的更理直气壮了。
You're also at fault. I'm notably honest when facing Caleb in my dream. Maybe it's because it's been too long since we talked like this. You're the one who made me think I could obtain everything, and now you won't let me continue having beautiful dreams.
我现在不是正在你的梦里吗？想对我做什么都可以，就是不知道醒来时你还会记得多少。
Noticing what Caleb is trying to imply, I pinch his arm. What am I to you?
是我骄傲、贪心、多疑、任性，有时候还很可恶，却有最可爱的妹妹。
Under the vast sky, we sit quietly for a long time. Only the moon's slow descent reminds us of the passage of time. Something soft brushes against my palm. I look down and see a blue-gray flower he placed in my hand. It's then that I notice the wasteland is somehow covered in blossoming nebulasia apples. Caleb seems to remember something. Smiling, he stands up. Are you leaving?
梦快醒了。不过也只有醒来后，我们才能真正实现自己的愿望。
Your wishes. I don't think I even know what they are. Really, MC? You really don't know? It doesn't look like he'll say more. I give up. Never mind. You're just part of my dream. Can't expect you to answer questions I can't figure out myself.
两颗沿各自轨道运转的恒星，哪怕只有一瞬相交，也会带来毁灭。这是宇宙的规则。
Oh, they talking about them? Because they're of the same source? Interesting. Okay.
但或许，他们经历漫长的时间相互寻找、拥抱，不是为了在彼此身边湮灭。
I'm still trying to make sense of his cryptic words when he turns around. He walks toward the edge of the wasteland where the moon has fallen. This is interesting because Caleb is talking about their sources, you know, like, because it's been part of their myth how the two of them are from the same source. They exist to balance each other out. But whenever they're together, it's destiny that they only bring about destruction, which is interesting that he's bringing it in here in an AU. I want to catch up with Caleb, but I step onto empty air and rapidly fall. Huh? Before my consciousness drifts away, I hear his voice again. It's more distant.
不是好奇我的愿望吗？我要这片宇宙的规则，因我的意志而改变。
Wow. When I wake up, moonlight filters through the lattice window and falls next to my pillow. Looking at my empty hands, I feel disoriented. It seems someone once gently, tenderly held them for a long time. Even now, warmth still lingers. Time passes silently, and the shadow of war still looms over the major galaxies. Inside the reception hall and in front of a massive panoramic glass wall, starship models are displayed like constellations. Nearby, Feign, a representative from the Lorne Galaxy, taps the hologram to give the sales pitch for this batch of brand new starships.
这是第3批星舰的设计，如果女王陛下批准，我们可以立刻启动下一轮生产。
There's no need to hurry. Currently, losses from the Imperial starship battles are lower than expected. I'll give you a contract that our strategists redrafted later. Feign pauses and the hologram on the glass wall slightly trembles in response.
没问题。
女王陛下，
Without waiting for the guards outside, my secretary bursts into the reception hall. She's unable to hide her excitement.
由联邦统帅亲自率领的那支舰队，似乎在阿洛尔星系突发意外。
Emergency?
虽然目前原因不明，但他们选择迫降在帝国母星境内。我们已经推导出了大致位置，现在将搜索范围缩小到3处。
Feign immediately stands up and bows respectfully.
恭喜女王陛下，联邦统帅孤身坠入帝国境内，这可是绝佳的信号。若您亲自下令清除，往后将没有人再敢质疑您的统治。
Oh, damn. Oh, since when have Lorne's denizens started caring about matters between the Empire and the Federation? I thought you'd be happy to see this conflict continue. After all, you still have plenty of high-quality goods worth selling.
那位联邦统帅向来独断专行，肆意妄为。在下只是建议，女王陛下不要轻易让此人脱离。
Sorry, I pressed that. I remain non-committal. My gaze sweeps past Feign to land on the secretary waiting nearby. Find them. Before I give the order, no one is permitted to attack.
谨遵您的意志。
I nod in acknowledgement, my fingers tapping the table's surface. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch a fleeting shadow of displeasure across Phelan's face. Ever since the Interstellar Starfaring Summit was held, the people of the Lorne Galaxy have been somewhat dissatisfied with Caleb. Yeah, like, they started leaning towards the Empire. Like, Caleb did something that made, I don't know, did he make himself look bad? But obvious attempts at sowing discord are first. Did their patrons become impatient? The Lorne Galaxy may have never been truly neutral, but I have no intention of exposing their scheme to use me as their weapon for now. At this moment, I'm more concerned about Caleb's situation. Ah, that's true. Maybe the Lorne Galaxy itself were lying about something or hiding something. Notify the command ship. We're departing for our home planet. The command ship traverses through the dark cosmos. Stars streak past at light speed as if the entire world is disappearing behind me. I think I have too many things to ask him after 6 months. In what capacity should I meet you this time? Okay. Okay. That was quick. Wow, look at that look of... Suddenly... Yo, did you see that look of indifference until he saw her? Jeez, this man. Go find him. The Federation is dead, and the stars will only remember one person's name. Wait, what? Give up, my dear brother. Okay. Oh, wow.
我给你带了加冕礼物。帝国与联邦想要我们自相残杀，但他们不知道，你我同源而生，灵魂本就缠绕在一起。
哦。Okay. Only on the condition. What? Only on the what? Why is God, the one thing they could not fix, huh? Only in the condition that you stand by my side. Okay. Alright, so she wants him to yield power to her. Got it. Oh, shit. Assess the situation? Okay. Caleb? Whoa. Okay.
有了野心，还没丢了良心。
Oh, whoa, did you see the way he looked? Goddamn. But who are they is what I want to know.
自寻死路。
Oh god, that oh right.
现在，我们该谈谈停战的条件了。
Ceasefire. Okay, I'm too late. Sorry. Shit! I pissed him off. Shit, crap. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Crap. Negotiate. Caleb, what do you want?
你呀。
Gladly.
明天之后，你就不是我一个人的了。
Take it back? This is mine. She says as she holds on to him. Oh, okay. What? Oh, wow. Go get in there, MC. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, wait. Stop. Her greed. Out of all the things I do not understand in the story, the one thing I can understand is her greed for Caleb, because girls say. Oh wow. This is it's so complex though, these two. Suppress him? You need to find a way to fill up my ambition. Oh wow. Oh wow, okay.
那就以此为誓，重新缔结我们的枷锁。
Okay.
我们会一起杀死那个叫命运的东西。
The fate he mentioned earlier about them tearing each other down. On the throne, Caleb and I rest in each other's embrace, while everyone's out there shooting each other, sure. The dust has settled, and only wisps of smoke rise above parts of the ruins. Imperial generals have regained control of the situation, and it's not hard to track down the forces that tried to sabotage our negotiations. Those who want to profit from it will pray for the war to never end. Ah, okay, so yes, okay. The want to collaborate was sincere. It's just like they mentioned, the people in the background who have their own profit to gain is sabotaging this collaboration. And MC has trust issues. It's not just Lorne though. The Empire and the Federation have no shortage of such people. They're only more covert about it.
没错，可惜他们挑错了目标，再努力也没用。
Caleb rotates his wrist and spreads out several encrypted documents. He taps them, and a series of terms appears in the air. Raising an eyebrow, I lean in to get a good look at the documents. Feign drafted them and added enticing language and generous terms. They even promised you Lorne's entire shipbuilding capacity for the next 10 years. You weren't tempted?
这不是因为早就有了最想要的合作者吗？只好忍痛拒绝他们了。
that's why. So when he went to settle things, and then the Lorne Galaxy gave them these terms to get their favor, to continue the war, Caleb said no. And so they started leaning toward the Empire. Ah, okay.
虽然妹妹合作到一半就抛下我，但我肯定是一点都不会计较的。
So yeah, Caleb has always been sincere. It's just MC is so paranoid. He's referring to the 𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙗𝙬𝙗 incident. I claimed to be sick halfway through while providing intel to the Lorne Galaxy. I suppose I caused them some trouble at the time, but that's in the past now. There's nothing we can't... Yeah, now you say that! There's nothing we can't discuss. I couldn't have guessed you detected someone was planning to bomb the starport, so you decided to strike first. In any case, the situation was unclear at the time. I wouldn't put my crown at risk.
想到了，所以不是刚稳住局势就来见你吗？就和你今晚一样。
His expression, free of accusations, stirs a sense of guilt that's been dormant for a long time. I gently link my arm with his. Be honest, didn't you think you might die if I hadn't arrived in time? What if the others persuaded me, and I decided to kill you? He doesn't answer my question. He only lowers his head to kiss my hair with a familiar intimacy.
还记得那个月庆典吗？维拉提奥。我们曾经一同制定的计划。我依然相信，它能够改变某些既定的规则，引领我们到达另一个未来。女王陛下，意下如何呢？
3 months later.
帝国与联邦达成共识，重新缔结100年互助盟约。有关维拉提奥的探索计划，也将再次提交贵族议会与联邦内阁商议。女王陛下，夏统帅，可以在这里按下掌纹了。
Caleb and I step forward together and solemnly place our hands on the treaty. A ring of blue light spreads and ripples outward like starlight before settling into the profound silence. But the cosmos abides by one truth. It will forever exist in unrest and chaos. Tranquility is only temporary. But we'll leave those headaches for our future selves. At this moment, I feel an unprecedented sense of satisfaction filling my chest. Doesn't this feel like we're exchanging vows?
早知道就准备戒指了。如果我们现在交换誓言，应该会吓得帝国里一群老顾盼尖叫吧。
Do you care about that? Maybe we'll never be able to stand beside each other in such a way. His voice is quiet, yet it's clear. It feels as if he's whispering directly into my ear.
从小到大，我想做的事一定要做到，选定的路，再不可能也要走下去。
So yeah, he never wavered from the path of supporting MC. That's just crazy dedication.
但你第一次吻我时，我却出乎意料的高兴。还好，我有一个可爱的妹妹，而她有一颗和我一样的心。 从那时起，我就不再孤单了。
Caleb and I were once at opposite ends of the same fuse, but now all of that is behind us. The cosmos will forge ahead unscathed. In the Empire, Caleb's name no longer symbolizes danger and destruction. Rather, it will be the most gentle, romantic footnote of this era. Caleb, the Federation's High Marshal, the Empress's big brother, former enemy, and lifelong beloved, second only to the Cosmic Empire. Someday, I think... Yeah, second only to the Cosmic Empire, okay. Someday, I think I'll agree to let someone delete that small text in parentheses. Oh, okay. Okay. After all, the life we'll experience together will be a long one. Ah, okay. Wait, what? Wait, what? Huh? Wait, what's this? There's another ending? Okay. What? What kind of ending? How did it lead to a... Wait a minute, is it the shooting? Okay. This has to be it. Are you telling me... Okay, wait, what the heck? Various thoughts swirl through my mind, and at long last, I seize the clearest one. Regardless of our circumstances, he's my older brother, so naturally, he belongs to me. Rather than let someone else kill him... What? Well, that promise they made about her being the only one that gets to kill him, I guess rings true, even before they made that promise. What? Oh, okay. It grazes Caleb's shoulder and strikes the porthole behind him. With an expressionless face, he sheathes his dagger and glances at where his blade cut me.
我还以为你更想叙旧。
The wound isn't deep. In fact, it's more of a warning. I press down on my wrist to stop the bleeding. Caleb braces his arm. The Federation soldiers who aimed at me again have received a signal to step back. They clear a path for me.
带着你的女王号离开吧。下次再见。我不会只是警告。
Oh? Huh? Oh. Oof. I was young back then. Grand ambitions and confidence could sustain me as I walked this path alone. I turned and left the bridge. I didn't look back, not even once. Wait, just like that? War broke out once more. It wasn't any different from the wars between the Empire and the Federation over the past hundreds of years. Caleb and I, at distant ends of the cosmos, live and die in futility. The heavens can only eternally spin in vain. In cosmic year 649, the meeting between the Empire's Empress Tian and Caleb, leader of the Federation, ultimately ended in discord. They once grew up together in the Imperial Court. Separated, they rose to power in two great galaxies to create their own era of prosperity. But as they ruled, the accumulated grievances between the Empire and the Federation failed to be resolved and worsened. They spent their entire lives restraining each other. They never achieved reconciliation. What? Oh, I am... Okay, alright. I have thoughts. I'll be right back, guys. I need to type out all my thoughts. What? Okay, alright. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I will be honest, it is now the next day. It took me a while to type up my thoughts, and I was really tired. You get really drowsy after taking your meds, so yeah, I'll be very honest. I read the card again in Chinese, and I needed to take a day to type up my thoughts, so here we are. Now, There's a lot to go through, and I'm going to try my best to be concise and straight to the point. I'll divide this part into my thoughts on the story itself, and then my opinions on the whole blood relations thing. So, first off, the story. I am very pleasantly surprised because it felt like the MC's own ambition and even paranoia was the main antagonist of the story, excluding, of course, the people who worked behind the shadows sabotaging them. When I look at it plainly, the story itself wasn't that mind-boggling. It's your typical palace intrigue drama, but what made the story so amazing were, of course, the main characters, MC and Caleb. I find it interesting because this time, we see MC as the one who is obsessed with caging Caleb, to the point where she would rather it be her that kills him instead of anyone else. And it was due to her environment having to survive in the race of succession without the love and care from Caleb, her quote-unquote brother, that made her heart grow stone cold. Because of that, MC became this robot on autopilot. All she cared about was her throne and surviving her reign as a competent ruler. As a reader, watching the whole story unfurl in MC's POV, we can clearly see how paranoid she was and how much she struggled to trust Caleb. And it sort of made sense since the person that killed the previous emperor was Caleb himself. Putting that together with him leaving the Empire to study at the Federation's military academy without ever letting in on what his real intentions were. And understandably, MC sort of grew resentful. I honestly believe MC felt abandoned at that moment under the trees on the bench where they shared, their whispers, whatever the kids are calling it these days. That, I feel, was MC's final attempt to bind Caleb to her. She already has him tied to her as her brother. Maybe binding themselves in body would be enough to completely own him. Caleb even mentions he understands MC's resentment is from him spoiling her, making her believe she could get whatever she wanted, but yet she could never have or control Caleb. Now, you would think, right? A rational person would be like, fuck, I created this bratty tyrant, a monster, but look at this face. Look at it. Does it look like the face of a person who is filled with regret? No. Bro is ecstatic that she is obsessed with him. My gosh. So no. He was steadfast, and even after having, a taste of her, he left to achieve what he set out to do. And I don't know, maybe that was the fix he needed to steel himself for not seeing her for years to come. I don't know. And I do believe that his ultimate goal was to make things easier for MC in the end. He remained being that big brother that would spoil his lovable baby sister, and he did that by taking himself out of the race of succession and being the key that would unite the Federation and the Empire, allowing MC to have the throne. However, this plan didn't go very easily because we saw how MC struggled to trust him, always second-guessing his intentions. You can even see Caleb very masterfully balancing between being sweet and being strict. It wouldn't mean anything if MC didn't love him in the end. And so he needed to make her see he was on her side. He needed her to trust him again. Which is why trials after trials we see MC doubt and then pacified for a moment and then back to doubting again. But despite all that, she couldn't help but give in to her more, I guess, carnal desires. I mean, can you blame her? She would give in to sharing passionate moments with him. Her usual calculative nature gets stripped from her, leaving the possible problems as problems for tomorrow. She just wanted to indulge in Caleb in the moment. And I think the push and pull between them as two rulers, chef's kiss. Delicious. Absolutely delicious to see in this card. As for the alternate ending, I will be honest, I was not impressed. Throne of Arrows being the second installment of an AU banner, I honestly expected more. That bad ending felt lackluster when you compare it to the alternate endings of Catch-22. If I didn't read the good ending first, I would have totally read the bad ending differently. I don't know, it felt like it would have made Caleb look so cold, you know? And honestly, it made MC look a little dumb, a little stupid. And I think even MC thought so herself. She admitted that at the time, she was young and had grand ambitions. So you could sense some sort of regret there. But because I read the good ending first, I understood the bad ending as Caleb not only carrying out his duty, but also used it as a way to sort of keep MC safe, keep her alive. Because remember, this is the same guy that took out the previous emperor. I have no trouble imagining he has no lack of power to take MC down. Yet he didn't. They only restrained themselves, as they said. And to me, it looked like Caleb held on to one-sided affections, keeping his distance, whilst also using his power to keep her alive. Still though, the bad ending felt kind of lazy to me. And I will have to honestly say the card would have gone well without it. But then that's the downside. As an AU card, you're hoping to see different endings, the consequences of their actions. And I was hoping for that consequence to be more fleshed out and nicer, I guess. Yeah. Finally, my opinions on whether I think MC and Caleb are related in this story. Now, before I give my opinions, I want to talk about that one English line I got spoiled with that took Twitter by storm. It was a line where MC says, "You are my brother by blood," I believe. And in Chinese, MC specifically says, "你係我嘅血脈相連嘅哥哥." The translation is not wrong, since 血脈相連 means the connection of blood or blood connections. But it's very crude and sort of inconsiderate to Western viewers who do not know the word phrase can be used to describe familial blood relations, even kinship between clansmen, or metaphorically can be used to describe sworn blood brothers. Taking, for example, a case where two individuals have a strong bond and consider each other family due to the trials and hardships that they went through together. And personally, I feel MC, as an heir to the throne, could be using this line for either familial relations or as kindred spirits that went through hardships and found home in each other. Just like how it was in the whole lab experiment for MC and Caleb, it would have been the same experience. Personally, I think they are not related. Lots of clues lead up to this for me. MC does mentions the existence of heirs, but like, where do they come from? There seems to be no love lost for the previous ruler. And then there's also Caleb killing the previous ruler. They mentioned it so randomly. And then there's the line where Caleb says he's going to the Federation as the heir from a neutral planet. But then that's a lie. Does that mean he successfully lied about his origins? Or does that mean heirs actually come from different planets and are raised in the Empire to receive education as future monarchs? I don't know. Now in English, Caleb uses the line, "I'm the only one who has played these kinds of games with you since childhood." But in Chinese, Caleb actually says, "I'm the only one who would play these kinds of 兄妹遊戲, brother-sister games with you." And to me, that line sets the tone of their relationship. Now, we can take that line as how one would describe stories and video games where protagonists are related, you know, blood-related brothers and sisters, and these stories and games would often explore taboo themes. So maybe Caleb is saying that they are both playing this game, as in it's a game that they both enjoy doing. It's not real. It's pretend. Their whole brother and sister act was technically like a game to them. This is purely speculation on my part, by the way, but based on the context hinted here and there, I felt like they grew up together amongst heirs, similar to how MC and Caleb grew up as test subjects in a lab, and they latched onto each other. You can imagine the environment being harsh and hostile since all these kids are racing towards the throne. Caleb has already said how MC is the one who grabbed his hand first and called him 𝙮𝙯. So I think it's the same here. Despite this being an AU, the main themes from their original myths tends to stay the same. Like, you'll get bits and pieces from it, and you'll see them repeated in the AUs. I feel like they continued this brother-sister game to play family, even though they know in the end, due to succession rights, they might end up killing each other. Hence why Caleb wants to kill the fate that demands they destroy each other. Probably why he wanted to defect to the other galaxy, so he took himself out of the race of succession. Because later, we see, at the end of the card, his goal has always been to make things easier for MC. He has always wanted to give her everything she wants as a kid, and it hasn't changed yet. Now, after reading the card the second time in Chinese, I feel like... And this is a hard thing because MC isn't vocalized in the game, but I feel when MC actually addresses him as 𝙮𝙯, she says it kind of sarcastically, yet Caleb latched onto this 𝙮𝙯 title like a madman. It gave the impression that to MC it was sarcastic, but to Caleb it was real. He wants to stay connected to her, and I feel like it also allows him to use this connection to eventually soften MC's cold heart. However, I will say the writers did such an amazing fucking job that it can also be read as they are blood related. Because they never clarified what the heirs were. Is it a concubine situation? They have duchesses in the game, and if I'm not wrong, duchesses are married to dukes who have blood relations to royalty. And yet this duchess sent their nephew to MC's room? Does this mean Caleb could be a cousin? Since in Chinese we call our cousins 𝙮𝙯 if we are close. Also, when Caleb says 𝘾𝙗𝙗𝙕, it could actually mean playing the taboo trope as them being in a taboo relationship. I mean, it could go either way. These are all questions and thoughts that I do not have any and cannot have any definitive answers to. And I do believe it was left vague on purpose. My final take, the writers made it so you can consume it however you want. Unfortunately, and this is so funny, when they localize it to try and keep the feeling alive, it was localized quite poorly to the point that the English version ended up sounding even more incestuous than the Chinese version. And that somehow is so funny to me. Bottom line, Chinese version, written to a point where you can take it however you want. English made it sound like it was only one route. And that is so funny, I'm sorry. Oh gosh, okay. But here's the thing, and I've mentioned this in my live stream before. We also need to remember that Cable's route has always been the trope that explores taboo relationships. This is their original storyline, and it's what makes Cable and Caleb's MC. Did I say Cable? Caleb's MC to be such interesting and full characters. Because even if not by natural birth, they are from the same source. This is something that's been explored in their myth, so it is integral to their character. Something that even Caleb in this AU seems to be aware of. To put it in the simplest terms, their parents is the universe, they are birthed from the same energy source. It's a reason why a lot of people uses Adam and Eve to describe them. They are branches of the same tree. So, bottom line is, if they were related by blood, they would not fucking care. They would not care. And if anything, they probably love it because it shows how binded they are. That's the thing, going back to their primordial source, being one again. This is their whole dynamic. Now, if this bothers you or makes you uncomfortable, I will say you have every right to step away from this sort of media. I personally enjoy reading dark themes because it provides people a safe space to discuss things that would normally be dangerous if you explore it using real-life morals, right? This type of conversation, I feel, can help expand human understanding, fosters empathy, and might even help tackle any future complicated problems that come your way. But again, of course, if me enjoying this type of media bothers you, then please do not feel guilty from stepping away from the channel. Protect your space. You have every right to. I only ask that you do so respectfully. And yeah, that is my take. I enjoyed the card, I have to say I really do. I hate that I'm reading it whilst I'm a little high on medication, but still enjoyed it a lot. I'm really sorry I got this video out a little late, but I hope my thoughts on the card help settle any misunderstandings, or at least maybe it helped you understand the story even better. I don't know. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. And please remember to be kind to each other. That is all I ask. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, do like and subscribe if you feel like it. And I hope you do. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye bye. Take care.